What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk a little bit about this new amazing app that I found that has made my filmmaking, my videography business so much easier, and it is called the Monitor and Control app. This app has been very efficient, it's been very easy and simple to use for someone who's like me, content creating, making films, and just the tools that I need that can basically get the job done for what you can do. So we're gonna dive right in. Okay, so first of all, what is the Monitor and Control app? So this app is basically like having a external monitor that you can put on your phone and to connect to your camera, which is amazing because you get to do a whole lot of different things to this. You can change your settings, you can change your focus, your shutter speed, ISO, you can touch focus, which is one of the biggest things that I enjoy, and you can also do color correction, all this crazy things. But there are some limitations, and we'll dive a little bit more into that. But basically, this helps you with a lighter setup when it comes to controlling your camera, whether if it's attaching it on the top with the shoe mount, or you can do it wirelessly and kind of have it set off the distance. So right now I actually have my control monitor set up to my phone at the moment. So I don't know if you can probably see, but I'm basically monitoring what I'm recording here, and it helps me track where I am, how to keep me within the frames. I can see my exposure and everything. The only downside is with that is that you can't see the meter. That is the one thing that is a little upsetting, but these are just little things that you can work towards to get better with. These are the little things that can help you find that eye of the right exposure and how to making sure that your shots are good. Okay, so let's get into the benefits of this. So you can lock the screen, which is really great. You can change your display so you can hide all of the crazy information if you need to. Okay, so I just recorded this now. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits. So the benefits obviously is you can see everything on your screen here. So you got your record time, you can set up your histogram if you need to, you can move it around. You can change your focus if you want to do manual focus or autofocus, whichever is easier. Your iris, which is your aperture, your ISO, you can set your shutter speed, your white balance, and you can even change your picture profile. And a few other things which is really great to do. You can hit record, you can stop recording. And it's got this cool thing where you can even do, for live view, you can do high res to see the better quality of what you're capturing, or you can get low res where it drops the quality a little bit. And I think that saves the battery life on your phone. I may be wrong, so if I'm wrong, you feel free to correct me in the comments. But I like to keep mine high just because I want to make sure everything is sharp, everything is perfect. And like I said, like you can change focus, which is great. So like I can tap focus, I can focus on me, I can focus on my camera down there if I need to, and you can tap right back into your face and it locks back in your eye, which is really cool. And like I said, when you tap the display screen, you can hide everything on here, so nothing's distracting. You're only seeing just the monitor, just what you see, which is amazing. I love to keep my grids on in case I make sure I'm within frame if I'm filming myself, or if I'm filming a different subject. This is a lot easier for me to use rather than having to look at my little viewfinder. Now, the other things that this camera can do are, it's got a little bit of tools that you can play with. Not everything is accessible because I believe there is a subscription that you have to pay for. I do not have that. I just have the free version at the moment. So I'm just gonna show you guys what the free version can do that's helped me benefit myself. So if you click on the top left corner where it says tools, you get all of this stuff, right? So you do get the gamma assist, which I believe that comes with the subscription, so I can't currently use it. So you get waves, you get your histogram, you also get false color, which is crazy. So like, say if I were to get out of this, I have this thing on the top left with the plus and the minus right there. So you can tap false colors to make sure your lighting is perfect. So obviously I'm in green, I'm pretty well lit. My hair, obviously because it's black, it's blue, everything is dark, so all the dark colors right now are black, or are blue at the moment. So that's how you can kind of help in case you can't use your metering to keep exposure properly. So I like to use this metering to help me make sure all of my shots are good exposure and everything is crystal clean. So going down the list as well, we also have zebras. So you can also set on your zebras. You can do focus map, which is crazy. This is a new feature that most Sony cameras can do, which kind of helps you tell where you are in focus. So if you look at the monitor right here, because I'm not in color, it means I'm in focus. I believe everything in the blue is not in focus. The orange right here, which is kind of like mid focus because it's close to me, but it's not fully there. But because I'm not in color, I am in focus. So that is also something that could really help if you're wanting to figure out what's in focus and what's not in focus. I usually use something like this if I was using more of a manual lens, like a cinema lens. So you don't really need it for autofocus lens. It's a pick and choose if you want to use it or not. You also got de-squeeze, you got your aspect markers, you got your aspect safety zones, and then you got your grid lines like I mentioned before. I keep mine on all the time. You got your center markers, and you can also rotate it, which is great. Depending on how you film, whether if you're doing this horizontal or if you're wanting to do vertical, you can rotate the screen and it still keeps everything perfect for you to see. And then at the very top, you can see at the top right, you got the lock, so you can lock your screen. You can't touch nothing. You can't accidentally say boop, oop, I'm sorry, I'm accidentally hitting the stop button. Nope, it's still recording. Everything is good. You can't mess with your settings, nothing. So I like this setup that's got going on. You got I think this is your time code right here, and then this is the record time up here to see how long you've been recording. Okay, so now we're gonna dive into more of the pros and cons with using this app. So obviously the pros is you get more oversight with this. You get to have a remote control capability. So like I mentioned, you don't have to be right over the camera if you need to. You can use it as like a director's monitor, and you can kind of be far from a distance to record away from the camera in case, say, if you want to make the client feel more comfortable, or if you have this on top of the camera, you don't have to look through your little monitor like this. Like, you can look up here and still be able to record like this perfectly. Like, if you've seen some of my Instagram stories or my reels, I use this a lot, even at my church, to capture quick footage because it's easy. I can tap focus to make sure everyone's in focus. It's amazing. And the last thing that I think that's great about this is obviously it's very user friendly. It's very simple. All your settings are set up perfectly. So the one thing that I do love using this app compared to something like a big monitor, my port keys, or the Atomos monitor, is that it's not so big. Like, yeah, it's kind of the same size. I mean, depending on what monitor you're using, but you don't have to worry about these huge batteries on the backside to take up so much space or make your arm feel uncomfortable, or even just worry about, like for me, for instance, is touch screen, touch focus. Like the port keys that I have, not touch focus. The Shinobi Atomos, not touch focus. Now I think there are some monitors that are touch focus, but those are gonna run you like what, $800, $900, when you already have a phone that has a free app and you can do touch focus on it, which is great. And the one thing that I love about using this app is you have the option to record this either Bluetooth, or you can tether a C to C cord on this. So I can either set this up on my shoe mount here, and I can connect this from this to this, and just like that. So you have a monitor, external monitor, that you can record through the camera with the C port, which is a lot faster. Or if you're trying to, say, charge your phone, you can charge the phone and actually have, say that you start to have issues where your phone starts to die, right? And you can't be able to use the C to C on your camera. Well, if you got a V-mount battery with a little plate on there to attach it to, you can just connect this to the V-mount battery and just do Bluetooth. Like, that's what I'm doing with this camera right here, is I have a Bluetooth connection, so I don't have to still be next to it. And I love it, you know, because if I need to, like I said, record myself from a distance, I can still be able to do that rather than having to buy like those Hollyland transmissions or, you know, like the Shimbal one that I have. So this has been very convenient for me. It's easy, it's simple to use. You are gonna love it. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the cons. And I know this is something that you guys are probably curious to know and wanting to know, okay, Daniel, what are the cons to this app? Because obviously you're making it sound too good to be true. Well, you're getting the free version of this. You're still very limited to the things that you can do, which, like I said, it is very upsetting. Like I mentioned before, because you can't really see the metering on your camera. You can't tell if your camera is properly exposed. That's the one downside to it. The other downside to it is obviously when you're using Bluetooth to your camera, you still got to keep in mind that if you look on the, let me point to the monitor right here. If you look right here where it shows the live view, it says 24 frames per second. Obviously, now I don't know too much technical about how that works, but you obviously want to keep it within the 24 frames per second, because if it goes any lower, and I think it's the connection has to do with it. If you start to lose connection and it goes down, your footage, your video monitor becomes very glitchy, and it will mess up your focus. It'll mess you up for making sure obviously your shots are coming out good, and it won't keep up with you sometimes. Now, I've noticed this happening once in a while. It doesn't happen all the time, but you want to be very careful when you're using it. That's why a majority of the people like to use the C-to-C USB type cord, just because it records a lot faster. But if you're needing to use it Bluetooth, just keep in mind that it's gonna be a little choppy when you use it out in like different scenarios. So just always check on it to be safe. And again, because you are limited to very minimum amount of the feature with the free version, you don't get the full capability of what a lot of monitors can do. Okay, so I would advise, if you're interested in checking out, maybe seeing what the actual full subscription can offer you. I haven't at the moment considered it yet because it hasn't really benefited me of wanting to purchase the whole version. So it's really up to you on if it's something that you're gonna need in the future or if you need to invest in it. So as of right now, while I'm still recording this, the Monitor and Control app is offering a free version. This is still free that you can buy on, I believe, iOS and I think Android as well. So you can be able to use either phone. I use my iPad sometimes to help with the bigger display, bigger screen. And you can also look into the subscription plan to see if you're wanting to get more features out of it. I believe the fee is starting at $5 a month, which is not bad at all. If you're making that money back, you know, it's a good investment, again, to try it out, check it out, see what it can offer you. They also offer a family and enterprise package with additional features. So it's something that you want to look into more. You should check it out to see if it's something that could benefit you. So now to the last question. Is the Monitor and Control app really worth it? Well, it really just depends. It depends on your style of creating. It depends on what you're using it for. And ideally, you want to know, who is this meant for? I mean, it could be really meant for anybody. It could be meant for more content creators. It could be meant for some videographers, maybe filmmakers, who knows? But it just depends on it if it really benefits you. Does this help? Do you think an app like this could actually get you going somewhere, and then maybe down the line in the future eventually purchase one of these more expensive ones or get the Ninja Atomos V? You know, so it just really depends on what you're wanting, what you feel like could help you out. I love this app. I think this app is amazing, and it gives me a reason to not be on my phone but using it at the same time, because now I can actually see what my camera is seeing. I can tap focus, which has been the biggest highlight for me. and I can hit record on it. So that's pretty much my opinion. Again, a lot of people may not agree with this. If there's some things that you don't agree with, or there's things that I may not have got to mention, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I would love to know and learn a bit more as well, because I'm still learning this app too. I just wanted to give this I want to be able to help you guys on understanding why I use this app, and hoping that this could help the majority of you guys. Oh, and before I forget too, because I should have mentioned this in the very beginning, but this app does only work for Sony cameras, but I believe it only works for limited Sony cameras. So if I can find the information of what this app works for, I will add it on the side so you guys can see the type of cameras that this actually works with. And I hope you guys at least consider trying it out, because it could change your life. It could not really do much, and you may not care. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you guys for watching this. I want to thank you guys for enjoying this and sticking through the whole thing. I'm trying to get back into obviously making YouTube again, which is fun. I'm not a big techie guy, but I thought I'd show this type of tech to you guys, because this has been a big benefit for my filmmaking, videography career. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. You guys can keep up with the content I do a lot behind the scenes, because I do a lot of different content. And lately been buying myself some meta glasses to show more BTS, so you guys can see more of what I'm doing, how I'm creating, stuff like that. And yeah, just having fun, living my best life, being a filmmaker. So this is what I love doing. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.